People may already know that many films use VFX effects to enhance or sometimes spoil our movie experience. But you may not realize how often and to what extent they are used in film production today. Of course, we know that the suit in Iron Man is not real, nor is most of what we saw in Hellboy. Oh, and 300? That's not real either. Sorry, but you may be surprised to learn that so many movies have been digitally converted that you can't tell which ones are real and which aren't. If you're new to this channel and all you want is quality videos like this one, be sure to hit that subscribe button and use that happy trigger finger by clicking the notifications button. Welcome to our channel. Let's take a look at most famous movies before and after special effects. Number 10. Iron Man 3. After the events of the Avengers, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., feels insecure about the robot suit he has. He wants to take his robot suit to the next level. That means Stark will work hard again and again. It makes him rarely rest or sleep. Our favorite Iron Man suits are mostly CGI creations for most of the Robert Downey Jr. scenes at MCU. But, at first, Iron Man director Jon Favreau and Marvel Studios aimed for practical real suits in the movies. Number 9. Hellboy 2019.
No! You gave me your word! Take the sword before it's too late!
Hellboy became a superhero phenomenon or comic character adaptation even before Marvel and DC competed to be the best. This cannot be separated from the intervention of the Mexican director Guillermo del Toro. As a master of monster films, he managed to provide an entertaining and unforgettable spectacle. Despite being a commercial fiasco, the 2019 Hellboy reboot is full of some impressive VFX work. Goodbye Kansas Studios have done VFX work for films like Kung Fury and Let the Right One In. Especially for Hellboy, they made a demon destruction scene in London. They also combined the creature effect with a real London environment that changed the lighting to set it gloomy. Number 8. The Lord of the Rings. This film raises myths and fairy tales. The storyline is related to the creation of an unknown continent called Middle-earth. In this film, the audience will be brought to the ancient realm of all mystical powers in one's consciousness. It will even be introduced to the history of mythology, its origins, the diversity of creatures, culture, and language. It was Jackson's idea that the cemetery should open and release the skulls of all those who'd been buried there. The mechanism had been set up and shots tested, but the initial 200 skulls thought to be needed was deemed too little, and the number quickly grew to 2,000, then 10,000, then 50,000, until it finally reached 80,000, which was roughly 1 cubic meter of miniature skulls. Number 7. Maze Runner. Who does not know this film? It tells the story of the adventures of a teenager who is kept in a labyrinth only to have his DNA sample taken for the safety of Earth's creatures in the future. Created with the concept of a trilogy, Maze Runner holds many adventures, love friendships to tense actions. Don't forget also the massive special effects. Virtually everything from the final moving maze was shot in just 2 days. They used an unkempt car park and 180 feet of blue screen 45 feet tall, and used shipping containers to hold the blue screen up. Grass and debris were added to the floor to give it the feeling that no one had been there in years. Number 6. 300.
This is Sparta!
Before we talk about the effects, discussing 300 is like repeating the old story about the greatness of Leonidas, with 300 Spartan troops, when facing a Persian army of 170,000 troops. Taking refuge in a fairly narrow area, these brave soldiers were able to hold back the Persians for 3 days and kill more than 70,000 soldiers. We found this scene. The actress was filmed wet to dry, which means the actress was filmed in a water tank in front of a blue screen on set. This is done to achieve an almost anti-gravity supernatural effect. She was shot with a high-speed camera, so the director could apply certain speed ramps, which the VFX team then had to match. We're halfway through our list now, so just a reminder to like this video if you're enjoying it. And remember to subscribe to get the latest videos straight to your inbox. But now, on with most famous movies, before and after special effects. Number 5. Maleficent.
Forgive me. He's right. Let's not forget why we're here.
Set several years after the first film, this film focuses on the relationship between Maleficent and her foster child, Aurora. The two begin to feud because of different views on the meaning of a family. Maleficent, mistress of evil, diving deeply into a fairy tale world full of magical creatures and massive visual effects. To allow the actors to interact realistically while in flight, the effects team created a tuning fork-like rig controlled by a man in a blue suit. This rig allows the actor to go up and down and rotate 360 degrees, while the blue fin on the actor's back is used as a marker for CG wings to be added later. Number 4. The Irishman.
But then the fight starts and then you forget about everything. You're just trying to survive.
The Irishman is not on par with Marvel's Captain America. It's a film about loyalty and betrayal between friends in the mafia. So, what kind of effect will the film have? The story of the Irish jumps back and forth through generations, showing 3 leading actors in their youth, middle age, and old age. The toughest challenge is how to film the actors and make them look younger. So they created Flux, took information from 3 cameras, and triangulated it to create a 3D geometry where each pixel is mapped. This new technology is so realistic and subtle that most people who watch the film never even question how it was done. Number 3. Guardians of the Galaxy.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you. Come on.
Audiences and critics alike praised the film for taking on the unusual and vibrant superhero genre, especially its portrayal of a protagonist who openly demarcates between heroism and chaos. In Guardians of the Galaxy, the CG Rocket Raccoon character is based on the original adorable raccoon named Oreo. Also, there is a version of a small teddy bear that will be filmed after the plate, so animators can get a feel for how its fur reacts to lighting while filming. In many of Rocket's dialogue scenes, speakers and microphones are strapped into extras to give the other actors something to react to. Number 2. Pirates of the Caribbean.
How can we go to a spot where no land exists on any map?
After 6 years after its last film, On Stranger Tides in 2011, Pirates of the Caribbean is back with a new adventure, entitled Dead Men Tell No Tales. There are many special effects in this film. However, there is one particular moment of Dead Men Tell No Tales that looks very different behind the scenes. The ghost shark scene featuring Jack Sparrow and Henry Turner was filmed in 3 different locations: an actual outdoor scene, a small water tank, and an indoor set, completely blue screen. Their rowboats are fitted with gimbals, so that it would give the impression that they were being attacked by a shark. Number 1. The Matrix. The Matrix is an amazing and very eye-catching virtual world adventure, full of excitement, but backs off a bit as the story gets interesting. It's kind of a disappointment when a film begins by redefining the nature of reality and ends with a gunfight. It's no surprise that the effect we're going to talk about is the one known as bullet time. let me say that what may seem obvious at first glance is often more involved than you might imagine. This shot, a very interesting scene, had 120 still cameras taking photos in succession. Now, considering the standard playback speed for the film is usually 24 frames per second, 20 photos taken by the camera will last only 5 seconds. However, in the final version, it's much slower, lasting about 10 seconds, and much smoother. That just finished our video about most famous movies before and after special effects. What do you think about these movies? Why not let us know in the comments below? And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. If you want to see more high-quality videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and you'll get the latest videos straight to your mailbox. That way, you'll never miss a future upload. See you on the next video.